Right now, as you watch this, your lungs are doing something extraordinary, something your brain controls completely without your permission, something that has been happening every single moment of your life, and yet most people know almost nothing about how it actually works. And what you are about to discover will change how you breathe forever. Deep inside your brainstem, the most ancient part of your brain, sits a command center that has been running your respiratory system since the moment you were born. It fires signals to your diaphragm and breathing muscles roughly 15 times every minute, over 20,000 times every single day. And it does this using a system most people have completely backwards in their minds. Because here is the thing most people assume about breathing. They assume that, when oxygen gets low, the body triggers the urge to breathe. It sounds logical. It sounds obvious. And it is completely wrong. Your respiratory control center does not primarily monitor oxygen levels. It monitors carbon dioxide. The real trigger for your breathing urge is a rise in CO2, not a drop in oxygen. Your brainstem has specialized chemoreceptors, tiny chemical sensors along your airways and in your blood that detect CO2 levels with extraordinary precision. When CO2 rises above a threshold, the signal fires. You breathe. When CO2 drops, the signal weakens. This is the hidden mechanism controlling every single breath you take. Your respiratory system actually operates on two separate modes simultaneously. The automatic mode, running in the background every moment, keeping you alive during sleep and distraction. And the conscious mode, the one you are using right now as you deliberately pay attention to your breath. Most people spend their entire lives in automatic mode, never learning that conscious breathing can actually retrain and improve the automatic system permanently. Now here is where it gets truly surprising, because this CO2 system creates a counterintuitive trap that millions of people fall into without knowing it. If you breathe too fast, if you overbreathe, which happens during anxiety, stress, or even just habitual shallow chest breathing, you exhale CO2 faster than your body produces it. Your blood CO2 drops below the normal range, and your airways respond by constricting. You breathe faster trying to get more air, and your airways constrict further. This is the hidden mechanism behind breathlessness that has nothing to do with lung damage and everything to do with breathing pattern. This means that sometimes, not always, but sometimes, the sensation of not being able to breathe is caused by breathing too much, not too little. This counterintuitive reality is why certain breathing, retraining programs have helped people with chronic breathlessness when medication alone could not. But the CO2 trap gets even deeper. When chronic overbreathing happens repeatedly over months and years, your chemoreceptors, those tiny CO2 sensors, actually recalibrate. They become hypersensitive. They start triggering the breathing urge at lower and lower CO2 levels. Your respiratory system essentially resets its baseline toward faster, shallower breathing. And once this recalibration happens, it feels completely normal, because it has become your new normal. This is one of the most underdiagnosed contributors to chronic breathing discomfort in seniors. And now, the hidden mechanism that connects your breathing pattern directly to how much oxygen your tissues actually receive. This is the part that changes everything. Here is another system your respiratory control is hiding from you. Stress and anxiety directly hijack your breathing control center. When your body perceives threat, whether real or imagined, stress hormones override your normal CO2 signals and force faster, shallower breathing. This was designed as a survival response. But in modern life, where stress is chronic rather than brief, this override runs almost continuously. The result is that many seniors are breathing in chronic stress response mode throughout their day without any awareness of it, and their airways are paying the price through persistent low-grade inflammation and constriction. The good news is this: your respiratory control system is not fixed. It is trainable. The same recalibration that shifted your breathing toward shallower patterns can be reversed through deliberate, consistent practice. And it does not require equipment, medication, or expensive programs. It requires understanding, which you now have, and practice. When you practice slow, controlled breathing consistently, specifically breathing less volume rather than more, your chemoreceptors gradually recalibrate back toward their optimal sensitivity. Your breathing urge begins triggering at the correct CO2 level rather than a hypersensitive lower level. Over weeks of consistent practice, this recalibration produces measurable improvements in breathing comfort, reduced breathlessness during exertion, and better sleep quality, all from changing the pattern, not the mechanics. And now, the most surprising hidden fact about your respiratory system, something that connects everything we have discussed to a mechanism most people have never heard of. This is called the Bohr effect, discovered over a century ago and still underappreciated today. Your red blood cells carry oxygen through your bloodstream, but they only release that oxygen to your tissues when CO2 levels in the surrounding tissue are sufficiently high. This means that if you breathe too fast and keep CO2 too low, your blood can actually be carrying adequate oxygen, but releasing less of it to the tissues that need it. You can have enough oxygen in your blood, and still have your muscles, brain, and organs running at reduced efficiency. Your breathing pattern directly determines how effectively your body uses the oxygen it already has. So what does this mean practically? It means that breathing slower, breathing through your nose, and maintaining healthy CO2 levels is not just about comfort. It is about how efficiently every cell in your body receives oxygen. Nasal breathing during exercise, even if it means slowing your pace at first, maintains better CO2 balance and therefore better oxygen delivery to working muscles than mouth breathing does. Your respiratory system has been running this sophisticated chemistry experiment inside you, every moment of your life. CO2 sensors firing, chemoreceptors calibrating, stress hormones competing, the Bohr effect quietly determining how much oxygen your tissues receive. All invisible, all automatic, all responding to the patterns you have built through decades of unconscious breathing habits. Here is your breathing retraining action plan. First, build awareness of your breathing volume. Are you breathing more than feels necessary? Reduce the volume slightly and observe the effect. Second, commit to nasal breathing during all rest and light activity. Third, practice brief comfortable breath holds to gently build CO2 tolerance. Fourth, practice slow extended exhales, making your exhale longer than your inhale, to lower breathing rate and allow CO2 to rise toward its optimal level. Your respiratory system is not just a simple pump moving air in and out. It is a precision instrument running complex chemistry that determines how every organ in your body functions. Understanding its hidden mechanisms gives you real power over your breathing health, power that most people never access because nobody ever explained how the system actually works. Now you know. Breathe easy, live strong. If this changed how you understand your own breathing, please share this video with a family member or friend over 50. And subscribe for a new video every single week, because your health after 50 deserves real answers.